Good evening. Welcome to the Speakeasy. I am so glad you're here. It's me, Jeff Belanger, just reminding you, start your watch parties, like, share, follow, all that good stuff, because we don't want to drink alone in here. We want to have your friends come along. I am glad you're here because here in the Speakeasy, the bar, as we call it, the booza, this is the last bastion of truth. This is where we can find truth in a sea of lies and misinformation. The bar is that sacred place because once we have a few drinks in us, boy, lips get loose. Am I right? I'm right. Okay, so a couple of things. I got a bunch of stuff coming up that I wanted to shamelessly plug and share with you if I could. I got a bunch of virtual programs, and pretty much come October, they're almost every night. So there's going to be very few speakeasies. We'll try to squeeze one or two in where we can, but that's what I got coming up next week, 22nd, 24th. I got this library journal day of dialogue. I don't know, but I'm on a panel with like some really big deal authors from major publishers talking about my Mount Kilimanjaro book. I don't know. There's another shameless plug that's on pre-sale now, but we're already talking about it. So yeah, very excited about that. So yeah, you've started your watch parties. That's super great. And check in. Tell us where you are tonight, what you're having to drink, and where you're from, what's going on. I'll take my hat off. We'll stay a little while. You guys doing okay? It's been a week. All right. You know what's crazy? Here in Massachusetts, this morning, even last night, I was looking out at the sky and I went, boy, the sky looks weird. It looks really weird. It looks like this weird haziness to it. And then I checked, and sure enough, online, I was told that weird haze all the way here in Massachusetts is because of those wildfires on the West Coast. So our friends on the West Coast, if you're watching tonight, please be safe. My goodness, you are smoking us out all the way here in New England, and hope you guys are okay. We're watching the news and praying for you guys for sure. So please take it easy. Okay, so tonight, my guest, guy I've known for years, worked on projects with him, done all kinds of things, and one of those really talented people. One of those people that you keep around to make you look more talented. You know what I'm saying? When you're like, you need to like get your ship lifted in the sea, you bring in a guy like this. So please welcome my buddy, photographer, Frank C. Grace.
Jeff, how the heck are you?
Oh, Frank, things are good, man. Is fire in this?
This is awesome. Yeah.
Fire in the sky. There's a plague going on. We're stuck inside. And I understand, Frank. Now, I know because I've known you for a while. You don't really drink.
No, I don't.
No. So,
I don't. Nope.
But what are you going to do tonight out of curiosity?
I am drinking tonight. So it's not going to take much for me to actually feel the effects of the alcohol.
Okay. So what's the vintage?
Yeah, I am having, now this is good stuff. This is Sutter Home.
Oh.
Pink in the Sky. I stole it from my wife, Bonnie. Thank you.
Yep.
And, you know it's good because it's got the screw cap on it.
Yeah. So hold that right up to the camera so I can smell it.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Yeah. We smell the. Is that the Wednesday? I believe that's the Wednesday vintage.
Hold on. This is, how's that?
Yeah. That's nice. So I've got, and I was only informed of this because all I know is it's wet and red, that this is technically $2 Chuck. So cheers, my friend.
There you go. Cheers, Jeff.
Yes. Oh.
Woo, man.
Oh my God. Hey, wait, Lee's telling me something. Look, right here. She's saying, as a librarian, I can tell you library journals, the source librarians, what buy to book for their libraries. Well, Lee, I will be speaking at their virtual conference next week. It's going to be amazing. I have 2 panels. It's going to be awesome. So, yeah, shameless plug. All right. So Frank, yes. I have so many questions and you sent me so many photos. Let's start with your lovely wife because I've got a wedding photo here that people have to see to believe.
Hey, Bonnie, come here. Yep.
Look at, dude.
Look at that. Look at that.
Is Bonnie there?
She is. Hold on. She's coming. That
Bonnie.
is 1993.
Oh my God. Look at, okay. So Bonnie, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Who wore the better hair? Like, who did you both get this? Who did the hair for both of you?
I think this one's better.
No offense, it might have been. I mean, you're beautiful. You look absolutely gorgeous. But Frank's hair. Just that's magic.
That is something else, man.
We had the better hair.
Yeah. Does that still hurt to this day?
Oh yeah, he still has the better hair.
Oh wow.
For now, anyway,
Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you for sharing your wine with Frank.
Anytime. Yes. Have fun.
Thank you. So that's amazing. So you've been around, you've been doing photography for like ever. When did you first like pick up a camera and say, I actually want to do something with this other than like, take naughty pictures?
Actually, I think I got the first camera back in the 90s, like one of those film 110 film cameras. Yeah, with that, I just played around with that. It was a ton of fun. But my dad always had a real 35 millimeter camera.
Yeah,
like a Canon AE or something like that, and he had all the lenses and all the gadgets, and he was learning how to use it when we were kids, and it was like, wow, I gotta, he wouldn't let anybody touch it because it was expensive, and he didn't, so. But that was the first time it's like, oh, I want to try that. I want to try that.
And so you just started clicking, and you were like, Dad, I'm way better at you than this. Like, I mean,
it's funny. The first roll film that I used his camera on was probably late teens. I'm gonna take all these photos. Took all the photos, brought it. Remember bringing film to the to get developed.
Yeah.
Brought it to the 1 hour, and none of them came out. Yeah, it was a tragedy. Yeah. But so yeah, it's been around a long time.
You got better. Hey, I'm going to zoom out here for a second because I want people to see we both have skeletons.
Yes. That's I call that guy Mr. Bones.
Yeah, it's a good name.
Yeah,
that's a good name.
He's that he actually is in a photo that you've used, the ghost photo on the New England Legends app. He's under the sheets in all those photos.
In the church. The church.
He's in all those sheets. Yeah, that's why I bought him actually.
So I got mine because I got a flu shot one year at CVS, and they give you like $5 off.
Right.
It was like the day after Halloween. All the Halloween stuff was like 40% off. I got him for it was like $8. It was some like I was practically stealing him. I couldn't not leave without him. It was magic.
Yeah, I think I got it just before Halloween. I was with my friend Kevin. We're driving around, and I'm like, I had this idea to do this thing in the church. The church was abandoned. They were just fixing it up right in town here in Acushnet. And I'm like, let's go get a sheet. I want to get a sheet would you mind pressing the button if I go under the sheet and do all these separate things to look like the place is full of ghosts? And he's like, sure. And then we went into like a Rite Aid, and here's this guy for like $12 or $14.
Yeah.
Mr. Bones there. I'm like, this is articulating. This is perfect. Exactly what I need. And it went from there.
Got to do it. Okay, listen. Bill Prince made the comment. Frank looked like he played guitar in Heart. Oh, Bill, just sit tight. Hold on, Bill. Have I got something for you? Oh
yeah, there we go,
dude.
That's, Tony, Jim, and me. Yes, in the Zeppelin T-shirt and my Kramer Focus 6000.
Dude, like you look like Ziggy Stardust, like Bowie.
Yeah, I was Mr. Bones. They used to call me Mr. Bones. That's why I call that guy Mr. Bones. Yeah, that was good. That was high school. Good times. That was at my friend Rocky's house. Yeah.
Skinny kid.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Well done, Bill. That was for you. Okay, listen. So we should show some of your photos. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. I want to talk about Chernobyl, where you've been. So I've said for years that Frank could make a McDonald's look creepy, right? Like whatever you do, and I've stood next to you when you do what you do, and I've had like my iPhone trying to like steal. I do my best. I'm like, okay, let me just do what he does, and I'm like, it's just not the same. But we actually have an announcement tonight. I think we should talk about it. But let me ask you, Frank. Let me ask you a question.
Yep.
Name a random day in 2021. Pick a day, and I will tell you what day of the week it is.
All right. February 22nd.
February 22nd is a Monday.
Hold on. Oh, how about February 3rd?
February 3rd is a Wednesday.
And how do you got the whole calendar memorized? How do you know this, Jeff?
So you might think this is sorcery, but no, Frank. I was just looking at the very first copy of the 2021 Haunted New England calendar.
Oh, nice.
By Frank Grace and Jeff Belanger. So look, we've been doing this calendar. Look, here's the cover. You can there. Look at that baby. Look at it.
Oh, look at that. That's nice. Yeah.
Doesn't that look good?
It looks like we know what we're doing.
It does, because we've done 7 of these now.
Yeah.
We've done 7, and today is the day that we officially launch it. There it is. This is the printer actually sends me like the first copy to make sure everything's okay. There were 2 big gaping spelling errors that you didn't catch, Frank. Well done.
Oh no.
Yeah. They've been fixed. They've been fixed for the printing. So we've been doing this calendar. It started. What was the first one? 13?
2014.
2014. I've always wanted to do a calendar. I'm not a good enough photographer. And then I met Frank all those years ago, and I said, dude, we should do something. And he's like, yeah, whatever. And so,
do you remember when we first talked about it? And you asked me about it when we talked about it. I do.
It would have been years before that.
It was like 2012.
Okay. Where were we?
We were at the Lizzie Borden house.
I believe you.
With yeah. Yep.
Nope. And I was like, dude, we should do like a calendar. And so we actually got a deal. We went to a publisher. They paid us money. Not a lot, by the way.
Right. No, not a lot.
Staggeringly, I mean, way less than you would ever imagine.
Right.
But they paid us to do it. And then it came out and I'm like, Frank, we're going to be rich. We're going to be rich. And you're like, dude, clearly. It's so like we're putting down payments on Ferraris and stuff.
It's true.
And we're like, we're going to be crazy rich. I think we made what was like $200 or is it like $250? I don't remember.
Oh yeah, I remember we got the advance payment first because I was doing a lot of traveling. Right, we went for a couple of weeks. I was everywhere, and and when all was said and done, I think the check I got at the end was like seriously, I'm not joking, a few dollars.
Yeah, and
from the publisher. Yeah.
Didn't even cover the gas to go to Maine and Vermont and New Hampshire. Like not even cover the gas.
It was a fun project, and I'll tell you why. What's fantastic is I'm so close to the photos. I'll do a photo, hey, that looks good. But when I see it in context, especially with a story, like when you put the stories or you put it in a calendar, it takes on a whole different meaning. It's like, wow, wait a minute, this is in context now. It's something different.
Yeah. No, but I appreciate what you do. And like, it's such a great marriage of stuff. And so we did that first one and we made so little money. We were like, bro, like, I don't know if we can afford to keep doing this. It takes a lot of time.
Well, they contacted us the next year. Okay, when are you going to give us the images for the calendar? I'm like, well, you didn't give us anything. Yeah. Yeah,
we were like, I don't know. So we skipped a year. By the way, if you want to pre-order, there you go, jeffbelanger.com/2021, and you can pre-order the calendar right now. So here's what happened. Let me just lay it on the line. If this was any other year, Frank and I print a bunch of these things. I have all these events and lectures all through the fall, and I sell them there. We sell them online, but we sell most of them in person. And it's great, and people are like, this is my calendar every year. I'm psyched. Guess what? There's no in-person events this year. And so what we've done is we have 2 pre-sales. Number 1 just ended. So anyone who bought last year had 1 week of opportunity to buy it like cheap. And that just ended, and now it's still at a discount.
People, man, thank you. So
a ton of you like bought it, and so here's what we're asking: if you get it in the pre-sale, you're guaranteed to get one, obviously, because we're going to print based on how many pre-sales we have, which ends a week from today. So, if you pre-order right now, we really appreciate that because then we're going to know exactly how many to order. We'll order a few extra and keep selling them. But then once they're gone, they're gone. Like you can't leave these things sitting around because they're really nice and they're really expensive to print. So I won't keep shamelessly plugging this the whole night, I promise. But anyway, there's the site, jeffbelanger.com/2021, and it'll bounce you right to the page. Scroll down, you order through PayPal, and we're going to place the print order next week. Like I said, it's already ready. And then we'll mail them all by like roughly October 1st. Any orders that come in between now and then will all go out by that day. And you'll have them. Plenty of time. Chrissy wants to know, why can I only get 2 at a time? Okay, listen, Christy, just email. We can figure out a way to get you more. And yeah, we will will make sure that happens. Anyway, okay, so the calendar. Back to what you were saying. So yeah, we skipped a year because we were like, dude, we can't afford to like drive all over creation for like $150, right? Like this is hotels and food and tanks of gas, and didn't even cover it. So I was like, Frank, we could just do it ourselves, and we did.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, yep. It was and it's every year. It's cool every year. It's we put new ones in there, new images. We luckily got two brand new locations too this time too.
I think 4.
Oh, that's right. Yes, that's right. But the 2 we hit, I'm thinking the 2 that we hit before the whole pandemic hit. We went to the Parker House.
Yes.
And the Screaming Bridge there. Mm-hmm.
Yes, in Greenfield, Massachusetts. Yeah. So yeah, we've got every year we have brand new months, and then what we do now, because we have so many, is that if you have last year's calendar, there's no repeats. So there's no months that duplicate from last year. There's like 4 brand spanking new, some we brought back from years ago, and we're just going to keep doing that. Every year we'll do like several new ones, retire a few, bring in a few oldies but goodies, and add in the new ones. And it's been so fun. It's been such a cool like labor of love, and we still don't make a lot of money with it, but God, I love it. I really do. I love that we're on people's walls like all over, and that people are like, that's my calendar. I buy it every year. I just replaced last one, and I'm like, that's really cool, man.
I'm very grateful for that, man. That's crazy. Yeah.
No, it's really it's cool, and I'm psyched to see this one come out. I was getting emails. They're like, hey, are you going to do a calendar? And you and I were talking because we didn't know what to do. We're like,
yeah,
dude, we're not going to have any events to sell them at. But then here we are. We're doing it. We're totally doing it. Okay, so funny thing happened when I was getting ready for this. I was looking for images of you to put on my little teaser thing.
Oh, boy,
and I'm searching, and lo and behold, I find this photo, and there it is. Alamy. So for those who don't know, that is a stock photo house, right? So like you buy pictures of celebrities and whatever else, and there you go. Look, I don't know if you can see this, but if I want to buy this for marketing package, large business, it's $199.99 to buy that image of Frank Grace there.
Yeah. By the way, that's even if I did not submit that to a stock image place by any means. However,
yes,
another photographer took that picture. I didn't take that picture.
Okay, so hold on. Wait. Okay, so here's the crazy thing. The people selling it do not have the right to sell that photo. That is correct. Obvious, right? Because no one gave it to them. Frank, tell the whole world who technically, per letter of the law, owns that photo and the rights to it.
Well, the guy, the guy. And
yeah.
The guy is, that's who it is.
It's me.
Jeff Belanger. I just joked. I didn't lose your signal. Yeah, Jeff took that photo.
I took that photo. So, and by the way, like before everyone goes thinking like, oh man, Jeff, you're the man. No, Frank set up the shot. He composed it in every way. It's his camera. I think I stood there for you so you could like frame it up and stuff. And then you got out of the way. I got out of the way. You got there and you said, okay, Jeff, push the button. So I did. However, so that's all I did. I literally I did that, right? However,
by law, you are the photographer for that shot.
Yes. That's the crazy thing, right?
That's your resume, man.
Anyone who clicks the picture technically owns the shot. So like if you go somewhere and hand your camera to somebody and some tourist and say, hey, take my picture, they technically own it.
Yeah, like there was a whole lawsuit a few years ago of a gorilla that took a photo, stole somebody's GoPro and started pressing the button, and it won all kinds of awards. And yeah. And that made the news, right? Yes, it did. Yeah.
Well, the photographer had set up like a button where the gorilla could hit the button and take the picture, and it was amazing. Like he got awesome shots.
It's an amazing selfie that he took of himself. Yeah.
Yep. And so some people started using the photo, and he's like, "Hey, what the hell? That's mine." And he's like, everyone was like, "No, it's not. You didn't click the picture."
Right.
And the gorilla owns it, and until the gorilla sues me, weird, right?
The Jeff Belanger photo.
I know. So I've been robbed again.
Exactly. That's right. Yeah. Not only are you a pro photographer now, I'm a male model. Apparently, right?
$199 if I want to use your image.
Crazy, man. That's crazy.
I think this is an epic thing. So Frank, when you as long as I've known you, you love taking pictures of like creepy stuff, right?
Yeah.
Creepy buildings, abandoned places.
Right.
And there's one place that above all others, right? Like what's your holy grail?
The Holy Grail I'm going to say was because it happened, was Chernobyl. Definitely was Chernobyl because it's abandoned. They left everything as it was in 1986.
Yeah.
And I remember I think Tim Weisberg asked me a question one time. What's the number one place you'd go? Number one was Chernobyl. Definitely was Chernobyl. It just this, the whole mystique. I was like, I think I was 16 when it happened. I remember being in high school when it happened, and getting into the abandoned places, photography, and anything like that, historic places. It was like, wow, it would be amazing to go there someday. But I wrote it off like, oh, that's never going to happen. I'm never going to get to the Ukraine, Russian border to take pictures of it. I'm never getting in there, But,
well, wait, okay, you're never getting in there. Maybe did one part of your brain ever say, Frank, you never should get in there? There was a freaking nuclear meltdown. People died.
Yeah, a little bit until I actually saw a buddy of yours, Josh Gates there.
Yes.
Destination Truth, I think, an episode in there. And they, showed him going in and everything. So in the back of my mind, this was years ago. Maybe there's a chance. Maybe there's a slight chance. But still, it was kind of like one of those things that, it's probably never going to happen.
Jenny wants to know, did you go to Chernobyl or Pripyat? And
technically, Pripyat.
Right.
Good.
So, would you do us the honor, Frank? Would you take us there right now?
Oh, sure.
Could? So, folks, check this out. This is Frank Grace at Frank Grace's Best. This is on his website, by the way. I'll put that up right here. Hold on.
So, so this is overlooking on one of the apartment buildings on the top, overlooking the entire, part of the entire town of Pripyat.
Yeah.
And in the background, like right over here, can you see my mouse there? Yeah.
Yep.
That is reactor number 4, where it actually happened right there.
Whoa.
That's the sarcophagus, they call it, right there. That's the old one, actually. They put a new one on since I went there in 2018, and that is where it actually happened, right there. So you could see it. We rode right by it, but we couldn't stop in front of it. But so that's the actual, all of these buildings completely abandoned. In April of '86, what they did was the incident happened, and they told everybody they were going to have to leave. And don't take anything because you'll be back. They knew you weren't going to be able to go back and get anything. So whenever you go into any one of these small apartment buildings, hospitals, schools, you name it, everything is there exactly as it is.
Show us, Frank. Show us.
Okay, let's go. Let's do a tour here. So, for example, if you go into this is your creepy hospital. This was in one of the hospitals. I think hospital number 2. And everything's kind of left right there. You can even see this was the OBGYN type of thing, right? And so you get the hospitals.
Dude, I don't mean to crack a horrible joke, but the doctor's like, no need for a hysterectomy now. Everybody's
sorry, you're sterile. Yeah,
we're all sterile now. No need.
So these are going through some of the hospitals.
My God,
some of the stairways that just as is.
So wait, is this just rot from being untouched for years, or was there like fallout and stuff that did this?
Complete. Most of this is being completely untouched. Like here's an older in a hospital. Actually, this is part of a preschool and a nursery. So you can see those are cribs for infants and a chair. And this is one of the rooms there. They just some of these were definitely staged where they lined those up and everything. But even as you go into these rooms, you have what is here is a dose meter.
Right.
And so whenever
hold that up again.
Oh, I got an actual one right here. So that's the dose meter. And that will tell you when you're walking around Chernobyl where to stay. You can hear it beeping.
So are you still radioactive? Is that why it's beeping?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's a double. It's a check. Let you know it's on.
Good. It said 0.09, by the way. Is that bad?
Shh, that's good. That's good. No, that's actually normal radiation figures. That constant beeping is to let you know that it's on.
Frank, now it's 0.12. It's gone up.
That's totally normal. Please don't freak the wife out.
Is that near the microwave?
Yes, it's near the iPhone. So anybody using an iPhone?
Oh my God, we're all gonna die. Everyone run.
But so you walk around with this the whole time. And that'll tell you where to stay, what to stay away from, because a lot of the organic material, like the sod coming through the cement and the pavement, it absorbs everything that was in the ground. It brings up some of the radioactive materials in the ground, like up into the, so you can't step on it or anything like that. So, but also a lot of these rooms, you'll inexplicably find a hot spot. Just to walk away from it.
So just like radiation settled there and it's just hot now.
Exactly. Right. And here's an example of and for some reason they were ready. They were definitely ready for the Cold War all over the place. So here's your typical gas mask in all these places that you find.
Oh my God.
They were everywhere. There was one room. Let me find the one room where, look at this. That's one room in that same hospital was just filled with thousands and thousands of gas masks.
Wow.
And, they just left everything there. You would even find small, let me find that one. That one's a good one. That's, look at this. So these are some of the toys. That's a child's gas mask.
Oh my God.
Toy. Yeah. So look at these dolls. They're just toys everywhere in the nurseries.
Wow. So what do you think? What do you feel when you're walking through these buildings? Are you scared? Are you like haunted? Like what's going through your mind?
It's not so haunted. It's very eerie because everything is just so quiet. It's spooky quiet. It's the whole city. You're in the middle of a city, but there's not a single noise. The only noise I remember hearing that we would hear the whole time there were actual cuckoo birds. I'd never heard a real cuckoo bird other than on a cuckoo clock.
Yeah.
But it's eerie. You got the wind coming through. You have some of the, if there's any windows or curtains that are still left hanging, you can hear them flapping. So it does have that haunting vibe to it, but you can definitely you're there and you're like, something went down here. Why is everything still here? And there's no graffiti. There's hardly anything. It's untouched. And the reason why it's untouched, because you can't really take anything because a lot of the stuff is still radioactive.
I just think about okay, if I lived in that town and what happened, right? Everyone saw the fire. We all saw Chernobyl on HBO. It was crazy.
Right.
So so they see the fire out there on the horizon. They know where that fire is. Right. They know their friends and neighbors. Some of them work out there. Some of them are emergency responders or whatever. And oh, dude, we all have to leave. Yeah. Guess what happened? You don't have to be rocket scientist to figure that out.
Right.
But I guess, maybe you don't understand. I'm so far away from it. Maybe I'm fine, but you're not.
Well, part of it, related to this, related a little bit to the pandemic is that you can't see, hear, feel, or taste any of this radiation. It's there though. It's there. It's there. Especially if you have a meter. A lot of people. When we went there, one of the days, the third day that we went there for 3 days to tour the city, the Chernobyl location, and one of them was Victory Day for the Ukraine, so they wouldn't allow anybody into Pripyat, into the city. So what they did was we went to an outside village on the outside of it, about 2 hours away. It was around 2 hours away, but it was only 4 miles from the city. That's how bad the roads are there. It took 2 hours to get there.
Wow.
You enter this small, let me pull up you enter this village. I couldn't pronounce the name of the village, but there were small villages, extremely rustic, that were outside and thriving the whole time. People were still living there until recently. So one of the places we went to was this church. wooden church in Chernobyl. And this is just outside of Chernobyl, inside this small village. And it's made of wood, and this is actually one of them that they say is haunted, that you can still hear music coming from at night, but people still worship there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So inside, it is gorgeous. Everything.
Wow.
You can see around on some of the walls, they took down a lot of the murals to save them, but some of them they still left up. So you have, there's the ceiling. The ceiling it's incredible, but all those was all artwork that they took down. Let's see. Yeah, here's a better shot of the whole when you first enter the church. So you got all of this stuff here.
Wow.
This whole, yeah.
So is it still hot? Like, is your meter going off when you're in the church?
Even in the church, it still goes off from time to time. Yeah, but
people worshiping there don't have that meter. They're just kneeling and praying.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 So at one point when we're in this village, I hear a bunch of noise. I hear laughing and like there's a party going on. So I'm walking through the village and I see. Let me see if I can find the photo. And we were there, by the way, with about 8 people. So we walk in, and by the way, the village is lined with a bunch of let's see, like houses like this. Your typical, completely rustic, right? Sod roofs, everything. You'll go in there, you'll find skulls from cows and horses and all kind of things, right? But in one of these buildings, I get to let's see, to this entrance, and I hear something outside here. I'm all like, these doors are awesome. They're blue. The light was cool, and I walk in, and there's my friend Brian, who was on the tour with us. He actually put the whole thing together. So I go in there and I'm like, Brian, he's there with a bunch of maybe like six people from Ukraine. They weren't speaking any English. He took a little bit of lessons. He taught himself, and they were there for the Victory Day, and they were celebrating in their old theater. This used to be an old theater, this little tiny shack. And they were celebrating. They had vodka. They had all kind of fruits, and they invited us in, and they're giving us they're dancing. They're doing everything. Did
you eat the fruits grown locally?
I did not eat the fruits. However, I do have a funny story about the fruits.
Tell me about the strawberries.
This is a guy who was our guide said, "Oh yeah, we were in the believe it or not, it's called the Chernobyl Cafe, the Chernobyl Cafe." Yep. And he says, "Yeah, you can go into the Ukraine and into Kiev and buy fruit. And if you look at the farmers markets that they have set up, there's fruit from Chernobyl, and it's a higher price. So you can buy radioactive. Like, well, why would you want to buy radioactive fruit and vegetables?" And he says, "Some people buy them for their spouses, but they don't tell them what they are."
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like just like trying to get you some cancer.
Yes. Yeah. It was crazy,
dude. That's nuts.
Yeah, it's insane. So here is a typical classroom from one of the schools. So you got, this is all maps and everything.
Yeah.
It's and everything's just just laid out as is.
Wow.
All these are school hallways, elementary school. Here you go. Here's your typical, in a lot of these rooms you would find Russian propaganda.
Is that Lenin on the left side?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's all over the place there. Yeah. So you would, you'd see a bunch of, this is, I think they called this the engineering classroom. See a bunch of electronics and
wow.
It's creepy. It's definitely creepy. You'll have signs all over the place, like, remind you where you are. You're not. It was definitely a bit of a culture shock for sure. Being there and not being able to understand what you're looking at, because like here you go, like that's you would expect to see this in some kind of Cold War movie, right? Something like this.
So wait, actually, I do speak a little Russian. The sign on the wall, I believe says, be sure to get the 2021 Haunted New England calendar by Frank Grace and Jeff Belanger.
See, this is a prophetic sign then.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, that was there in 2018.
Amazing that it says that.
That's we had a strong effect on the
time-space continuum.
Thank you. Exactly. Yes, we did. Here's the dentist office.
Oh, those are scary anyway.
No kidding. Yeah.
Oh my God. That is so crazy. So how close could you get to like the reactor, or did we see it already from when you were on the roof?
We drove by the reactor, and we drove by really fast without stopping, and your meters just went crazy. So you might have heard about the red forest right outside of Chernobyl. That's where a lot of the fallout, when it rained and everything came down, turned all the trees red and killed them all. And so all the trees were red, and that's like the biggest hot spot in Chernobyl. And when we drove through there, you picture this really, you've driven through the Freetron State Forest, right, Jeff?
Yeah, sure.
You know how those roads are, you can barely move. We barreled through roads like that to go through here. But right before it, everybody wanted to stop and run out and take a photo of their meter going crazy. I'm like, no, I'm staying in. I'm staying in here. I'll get the good stuff.
To be fair, you had already had 2 kids and you were done by then, right?
Sure, exactly.
So you're like, it's not the end of the world. I already have my kids.
Right. Yeah. So, but yeah, some place just really, really hot spots. Yeah.
Wait, so people want to know what's in those 3 little bottles. Can you click on the bottle picture there?
The bottles, yeah. This, I was excited, and it's just it's like an advertisement there. Somebody dropped them off.
So it's in English.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, wait, my Russian's great. I can read this. Garden Detox.
I can read that too. Garden Detox and Red Forest right there, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah. So there was, this was definitely something that was put there. And people do go in every now and then, unlawfully. They call them their stalkers. So you call them urban explorers. They're called stalkers.
Stalkers. I love it.
Yeah.
So tell me about. So there was I know because you and I had talked about it. There was. Tell us about the Medusa Stone.
Oh, that's the elephant's foot.
Right.
Yeah. So underneath Reactor 4 is the most deadliest thing they consider man-made, and it's this big slag of everything that powered the reactors, all the radioactive material that powered the reactors. And a reactor, by the way, is just it's a giant steam engine. That's all it is.
Yeah,
the whole power plant's a steam engine, and they generate heat with the reactions to it. Anyway, when the reactor 4 exploded, everything seeped through the basement, and it went down lower and lower, and it actually was going to hit a spring underneath. They covered this on the HBO series, and they had the liquidators go in there. They called the people liquidators, went in there to dig a hole and fill it with cement. But underneath, so they went under this thing, and if this piece of radioactive material, the Medusa or the elephant, it looks like an elephant's foot, but they also call it the Medusa because the only way they could get a photo of it was by using a robot with a mirror from an angle, just like Medusa, like in Clash of Titans movie, right?
Right. Yeah.
And that's still there, and that's still they're still hoping that it doesn't make its way to that spring, because if it makes its way to the underground spring, there would have been an even bigger explosion, even bigger catastrophe. Yeah. And
they called it the Medusa Stone because if you saw it, you died.
We're going to die. Yes.
You're going to die. You're too close. You've been radiated, and if you've seen it, it's too late. Right.
Exactly. That's right. Yep. You just like Medusa. You see it, you turn to stone. This one, you don't have much long. Yeah. You don't much longer to live. Yeah.
Oh God, I can't even imagine. And the worst part is at the moment you probably feel okay. But then it's just days, right? Weeks for some, depending how close you got, right?
Exactly. Right. Yeah. Right. Here's look at that. Check this out. This is a basketball court.
Wow.
So this is, look at the floorboards. That's all wood. That's all hardwood floors, just all covered up. Let's see. Yeah, you get toys all over the place that are just left there.
Oh my God, that's so creepy. Cecilia wants to know, are there pics on a website where we can also see them? Yes, there are. You just go to his website, trigphotography.com. There it is. Yep. And you click. I mean, there's all kinds of things you can see of Frank's work. We're just showing you Chernobyl right now, but just look for abandoned and urban exploration, then click in there and click in Chernobyl, and you'll see all these photos. And you can click. You can even buy prints from Frank.
Yes, yeah, you can. Yep.
You wanted some of these prints like framed or whatever, like you can buy prints right off his website and check them out. So that's how you go see all these for yourself on nice big full screens. Good question.
So this is they also had there the last one of the last things we saw the last day was the Duga. They call it Duga, and that was a high technology advanced radar system that they actually built off-site. They actually planted a forest all the way around it. Why isn't this loading? All the way around it to keep it hidden out of view. So this is a giant satellite location. And they called it the Russian Woodpecker because apparently when this thing used to operate, you just used to hear banging all the time. As it would be pinging things and trying to find things. And this thing was massive. And two of the people that we were with actually climbed to the top of that to take photos.
Oh my God.
The thing was shaking. It was moving. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not, nope, not for me. No, I like a lot. I want to get back home and process these photos. I don't want to.
Americans, am I right?
Like, right.
Yeah. That's like, we're so easily spotted. If you travel abroad, dude, you can spot an American like 10 miles out.
Yeah. You would have loved the Ukraine though, Jeff. I'm
sure.
A beer there.
Yeah. How much was a beer?
15 cents a bottle in American dollars is what it comes out to.
15 cents?
Oh yeah.
So like $1 would get me a ton.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Dude, what if I had $5?
Oh, forget it. You'd be blacked out drunk.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm going.
Regular Saturday night for you, right?
Yeah, that's amazing. I would love to go. When you told me you were going way back when, and oh my, do you mind telling people how much it was? Like the whole trip?
Yeah, it was around. It was the flight alone. Two-way flight was around $650 US,
which is a steal to get to Europe anyway. But go ahead.
Right, and then that you went to Frankfurt and then the Ukraine, and then to 3 days in Chernobyl with a hotel.
Yep.
All the food, lunch. That came out to $350 per person. It was crazy. Yeah. I would expect that to cost a lot more money, but it was.
So like $1,000 for you to go.
Right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Dude. And then, stay a few extra days because at that price, what the hell, right? Like
we went 2 days in advance.
Yeah.
We were there for just under a week. We went 2 days in advance. I actually went with my dad, joined me too.
Yes.
So we both went, and we went 2 days earlier and just walked around Kiev, and it was gorgeous there. But even that
there's Dad.
Yeah. Even that, by the way, my dad religiously watches the Speakeasy. So, hey, Dad.
Hi, Frank Grace.
I'm not drinking beer, but I'm having some alcohol.
He's good. Did you finish that bottle? You did, didn't you?
Dude, look at this. It's gone.
Dude, that's a shot. Do you have another one?
That's a case for me. I'm a lightweight.
All right. Fair enough.
But yeah, it was totally worth it. It was amazing trip.
That's Jenny, good question. Did you have to take any iodine supplements or anything with your meals?
We did not have to take any of that, no. And so with this little thing, that the dose meter that we would get, that this one I bought from the guy, but you were given these.
Yeah.
And so I said to the guy, hey, Nikolai, can I buy one from you? He goes, absolutely. And so I bought one, and he looks at me and he goes, why do you need one? I said, I want to try something. And he goes, oh, and he smiles and he says, I know what you're going to do. I said, what am I going to do? He goes, you're going to turn this on the way back home. And when you're in the air on the plane, the international flight, I said, yeah, I am. I said, is it true? He says, yes, it's true. So the story is, and it's true because I tested it, and I am a scientist.
Clearly.
So
2 patents to your name?
3. How
3.
dare
I'm sorry. 3 patents.
So if you get up high enough in the upper atmosphere for especially for international flights, you get more radiation in that one flight, say from Germany to the Ukraine to Germany to the United States, than we got in all of 3 days in Chernobyl.
Yep.
High up in the atmosphere blocks a lot of the solar radiation, cosmic radiation. So I'm on the plane. My dad's sitting on the side of me, and the whole way there, I got my phone. I should have sent you the videos. We're watching this thing skyrocket as we're going higher and higher. The alarm's going off. I'm like, I got to shut this alarm off. People are wondering what I'm doing. Sure enough, man, you get bombarded up there on an international flight.
Yeah. Well, probably a domestic too. I mean, come on, you're at 35,000 feet.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure you get some. Yeah, no question. Yeah, much more than but yeah, you get it. You get it.
Yeah. So, oh my God, that's crazy. Do you have a favorite image that you took while you were out there?
Oh boy. That's a good question. I'm gonna.
Or I won't say single favorite, just one of maybe.
One that stands up is it would be the ones on the top. I started playing around with some of them. I really like that one. That's inside of reactor number 5. It's unfinished.
Wow.
That's inside the cooling tower. And a famous artist, I think he just goes by JR, painted that. And I remember looking at it thinking, I didn't look up the title, but I'm thinking it's like, what have we done? And it's a doctor with the mask on and everything. And that's inside one of the unfinished reactors that they just stopped making when the whole thing went down.
Wow. That's amazing, man. What a trip, dude. I remember you and I had lunch pretty soon after you got back.
Yeah.
And I remember you were just like, I could tell, like you were talking about it. You were like, that affected you, like in a good way, in like a really like powerful way.
I remember being there with my dad and when we first got there, the first day in the actual town, the abandoned town. And I looked at him and I'm like, Dad, I can't believe we're actually here with our cameras. Like this is freaking cool.
Yeah.
It was
and,
awesome.
and you know what's funny? There's like all these Russian locals watching you guys going in Russian, I can't believe these Americans pay to come.
Right. Probably, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. No, but no, dude, I knew. Yeah, when you told me you were going, I was like, oh my God, dude, that's your holy grail. That's like, that's
definitely the holy grail. I'm like, I remember leaving. It's like, wow, it's gonna be hard to top this because this is amazing. Yeah.
Where do you go next? Like, where do you go from Chernobyl?
Yeah, that's always the problem, right? Where do you go? So, but I'm always looking for places around in New England.
I know.
Right for it. So any place that has a history to it, or I love the haunted places because usually those are always some kind of have associated history. Anything like that sparks some kind of like what happened here? Why is it happening here? Does it really happen here? Or is it fake? What's the real story? The mystery of it is what's captivating.
So what I love about what your work though is like, and I've said this all along, you tell a whole story in a picture, right? And like that's the thing. You take a weird angle and you make a place like I don't even know if you could teach it, right? Like I look at your photos and sometimes I'm just a little bit uncomfortable, which is exactly the point, right? I'm just like, that's not, when you walk up to a building, you're however tall you are and you look at the building and you see it, but like, you get like a fisheye and you get down low and suddenly I'm like, oh, I'm a little bit uncomfortable.
What's that saying? Art should comfort the disturbed and disturb the comfortable.
Yep. Yeah. I agree.
But it's funny when you like I show a lot in local galleries, and it's always interesting to put a piece photo on the wall, and then somebody will want to talk to you about it, or you'll be standing there and they won't know that you're the guy that took the photo, and you hear somebody talking about it, and they they find all this stuff in the photo, right? I know what you must have been thinking with this and that, and why this was done this way. And a lot of the times it's just like, it just looked cool at the moment.
I know. I've been there when you take it, and I'm just like, why did you do that? And you're like, I don't know. I just pushed the button. Like,
this is what Jeff usually sees.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Next.
Dude, so look, it was 2 summers ago or last summer? I don't know. We did that road trip, right? You, me, and Tony.
Yeah.
Super fun. And we kept saying, like, we got to do that again, because there were all these little things. We're like, hey, if we ever go to Maine, we should hit like this spot. If we ever go to Vermont, we should hit this spot. And we were like, the only way to do this is to make a trip and like literally get a map and be like, we're going to go to all these spots. And there were places where I don't even think we stopped the car. We just slowed down. Frank rolls out, right?
Whale's tail.
The whale's tail. We're freaking. Where was that? No, not Bennington. Bennington? I don't know. Burlington.
Yes.
Burlington, Vermont.
Yeah.
Some city in Vermont. There's these whale tails, and we're like, how the hell do we get there? Because we're on the highway, like the interstate. Right. And so literally like, I'm like, well, I don't know what to do. So I just pull over on the side of the road. Frank leaps out and just is running. Like in 2 seconds, there's not even time to talk about it. He's running off the interstate, jumping a fence. Like, yeah, okay, there it is. Ready?
That's definitely, that's not what it looked like when we were there, but yeah, that's definitely the feel to it. Yep.
No, what it looked like when we were there was Tony screaming, "Jesus Christ, you're gonna die, Frank! Get back here!"
I remember that. Yeah.
And he like leaps over the fence, and the highway's racing by and all this other stuff, and then lo and behold, we somehow made it out alive.
That was a series of events that a lot of weird stuff happened on that one. We found like stuff we didn't plan on finding during that trip for the legendary road trip. We
got to do it again. Like we totally do, because like there's, we very easily get to Rhode Island. We get all over Massachusetts. We get to Connecticut, Southern New Hampshire's pretty easy. Southern Maine's pretty easy, but like there's a ton of stuff that's just, the problem is that if it's all day to drive just to get there, right? Like you need to plan a few days. So also you should all follow Frank on Instagram. There he is, Frank C. Grace, where he's been way into, for whatever reason, super creepy stuff and hummingbirds.
Well, the hummingbirds are that's how I dealt with this whole pandemic thing.
Yeah.
My Bonnie, my wife, found an old hummingbird feeder, and she's like, hey, why don't we put this out on the back deck? Yeah. And it was just, it spiraled out of control there. It's like, those are my buddies back there. Now they're all gone. It's sad. But that was a challenge in itself, because they're so tiny. They're gorgeous. They are mysterious creatures. They're amazing little amazing birds. And I'm not a bird guy.
Click one. Show us. There he is, right in the middle. So
these are all my buds.
Dude, you were like hummingbird crazy. I mean, it's amazing.
Because you know what it is, Jeff? These are a challenge. If you know it, everybody with the hummingbirds, like, well, I never see them. I'm like, you got to sit there and wait for a hummingbird.
Yeah,
it's like these are cool. Here is check this out. So this is in super slow motion. But so when you look at them, it's just they're so interesting. They're fast. They happen so quick.
Dude, that's amazing.
This is 5 times slow motion. And you can see everything. And it's like you discover things about these little guys that, you would never expect. And it happens so quickly.
Look at the tongue. Look at that little tongue coming in and out.
Yeah. That's actually a bone. Not so much of a tongue, I read that. But they're gorgeous. Yeah, they'll come right up to you after a while too. Once they get to, they get to see you enough.
Yeah. But that is amazing.
They're cool. But my heart's always in the creepy stuff. It's like I got to look for different things to.
Right. Yeah.
Different things.
Yeah. You're a man of the world. You got to entertain yourself. I get it. No, dude, it's cool. And I miss getting out there with you. There were places we wanted to go to for the calendar.
Yeah.
Like we would ride together ordinarily. But anyway, not right now. It's too weird, right?
Not right now. We'll get there. We'll get there.
I know. Hey, I want to show everybody one other Frank Grace photo and let him behind the curtain if that's cool. Look at this one. Okay, so funny story. Like, that's the cover of my new book that's coming out in March, The Call of Kilimanjaro. Very excited. Available for pre-order right now. Anyway, I took the top part. That's my picture of the mountain. I took it from the hotel in Moshi. The bottom photo, if you look at the jacket of the book, says photo by Frank C. Grace. And you're like, I didn't know Frank went with you to Africa. Frank did not go with me to Africa. So, but we needed the publisher wanted me on the cover. And I was like, oh man, I didn't have any like good pictures. And Frank's like, come on down, man, let's do this. And so magic of Photoshop, I put on my gear and Frank put the mountain in my sunglasses and there's the cover.
And they liked it. Yeah, that's I might have been to Chernobyl, but man, what you did to climb a mountain was way more involved and way more disciplined than I don't think I could ever be.
Dude, well, guess what? I'm going back. That's not the last time I'm going to do it. And you should come with me. Like, you can do it. You can totally do it.
If I with a drawer hanging open.
Yeah. There's a lot to take. Heather Quinn loves your lighthouse photos.
Heather, I love all the photos you've been posting lately.
Yes, Heather, you should follow Heather on Instagram. She is the pinup extraordinaire. So check out her stuff for sure.
Thank you, Heather. Wow.
Yes, Frank, you got fans, man. I'm like, that's just Frank, but they're like, no, they're today. Someone, yeah, it's dude, it's awesome. I love what you do. Thank you for letting me be part of it in some small way. Let's shamelessly plug. We only have like a couple minutes here. I just want to shamelessly plug this thing one more time. There's what one of the inside months looks like. That's January. Eunice Williams covered bridge. We did something else this year, which is new, kind of cool. See that little QR code? This was Frank's idea, by the way. That little QR code right there on the month. Some of our months, they've got this thing where like you can go ahead and scan it with your phone and it'll jump you to the New England Legends podcast episode so you can like hear more of the story.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. It's like an interactive calendar.
Interactive. Look, QR codes on the back. See by Frank's photo there and mine. Anyway, I'm psyched. I'm really glad with the way it came out. It's really cool. And again, pre-orders for the next week. You get it $3 off right now for the next 7 days. If you buy it, $3 off. JeffBelanger.com/2021. You can pre-order our amazing calendar. I already got the first one, which I always get because, we pay for the thing. And then they will all mail out via media mail by the end of the month. And yeah, we appreciate it. But yeah, this is cool. And God, man, we've done 7, right?
Yeah. I should have taken them all out. Yeah.
Wait, I can hold on. I can show people how many we've done. Watch this. So we go like this, and then I'll show you how many we've done. You can see the whole thing. I'll just share it. Yeah, it's been such a cool thing. Frank and I are going to do a book one of these days. We keep talking about it, but there you go. There's all of them.
Wow. Okay. 1, 2. Wow.
So that's 2021, the latest. 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016, and 2014, the first one we did.
Yeah.
The original that made us so little money that we did it ourselves after that. We're like, that's we can't afford to keep doing these. But anyway, there it is. Really cool, man. I'm proud of it every year.
Jeff, man, the stories, the stories give a whole new meaning to each photo. That's
thank you.
It's so good. Yeah.
And what's cool too, man, is like you make me step my game up, right? Because like I can't have like an awesome photo and a lame story.
Right. Well, It like I said, it's a synergy there working there. You get the photo, you get the visuals. A lot of times you'll read a lot and you'll have to picture it in your head. This, you got something to, wow, okay, that's exactly what he's talking about.
I know we're totally out of time, but we did the stage show, an evening of ghost stories and New England legends.
Right. Yeah,
we've done it a few times now where myself, Tim Weisberg, Andrew Lake, Carl Johnson, we all tell stories set to Frank's photos. There's a documentary on it actually on Amazon Prime right now, if you can go watch it. but it's I love that, right? So the whole idea, and this has forced you to think differently as a photographer.
Right. Oh, definitely.
Because now when we go get stories and like, I mean, if I get into someplace cool, I always call you because like, what the hell?
Right.
And you got to not just be thinking about like a cool shot, but you might have to be thinking about like transitional shots. Like what if we're telling a story, it's like not just this is what I see, but like this is what it's like to walk in and then to go downstairs and to look upstairs. And you just get like, it's amazing. It's
you guys would each tell the story of a certain legend or ghost story, and then you'd see the photos leading up to the location where something happened, and it was awesome. It was I had goosebumps watching you guys do that, man. That was something else.
It was I will do it again one of these days. Last time, Jan, it is called an evening of ghost stories and New England legends. It's on Amazon Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, you can watch it right now for free. And John went. It was awesome. He saw it live, so very cool. And then Sue wants to know, can you order past calendars? Tell Sue why she cannot, Frank.
Why she cannot order past calendars?
Because they're all sold out. They sell out every single year.
That is true, yeah.
They have never not sold out. I mean, I have like one and you have one like of each year, and that's it. So
we have been extremely lucky with that, man. Yeah. Because anything we don't sell, we eat. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're, like I said, they're expensive. So anyway, folks, very cool. There it is one last time. JeffBelanger.com/2021. You can pre-order our amazing new calendar, which we're very excited about. We're going to tell the whole world tomorrow. And yeah, man, dude, it was good having a drink with you. You didn't get drunk at all.
Yeah. And I didn't collapse. I held my my entire bottle of wine just fine.
You did. You did. There's Frank's website one more time, Trig Photography. You can go see that. You can buy prints. You can do so much stuff. Dude, it's awesome. I can't wait till we can get out there and do stuff again.
Me too.
Because like, we're always calling each other. Like I'll just like text you a link and be like, dude, we got to go here. Yeah. We'll go there. It's just, it's like this list that we got to hit.
Oh, it's a list that keeps growing. And now with the New England Legends app, there's a lot of places that need new photos.
That's what I'm saying. There's so much to do. So much to do. So anyway, good, man. Good seeing you. Please stay safe.
You too.
And we'll just get through this one way or another. Live vicariously through your photos until we can get there for ourselves.
Absolutely. Thank you, man.
All right. Good seeing you. Thank you, folks. Everybody, please stay safe out there. Be kind to each other. If you can help it, we'd appreciate it. And until next time, take it easy.